what are they thinking about you? Let's go ahead and dive in, welcome in. We are going to clear a little bit of energy here. So if you just want to take a deep breath and really dip down into this individual that you're thinking about. Who are you thinking about? We're going to find out who they are and how they are feeling about you. What is their feeling? And I immediately get impressed. They're very impressed. Very impressed. You are like a call to action. You were something they least expected to show up. You are somebody that came out of left field, and even though they're in this progression phase, they are growing and focusing and targeting. And isn't that when we show up into each other's lives, when activity is predominant, when we get on an aligned path of clarity and all of a sudden chaos comes in through, a relationship or partnership. There's so much focus on the positive here. And this relationship or connection is giving the feeling of expansion. I feel Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy, but one card that I did pull before I got on here, I always like to sort of pull from the journey of love. And well, first off, that word sort of, I need to eradicate that from my dialogue. Thank you. No, thank you. God Speaks is the card I did pull for this reading. But what was interesting is right after I pulled that, and we're going to take a look at that card, I just want to show you God Speaks. So if you're wondering how they are feeling, you are a call to action. You are what they least expected. But there's some friction in this. Let me tell you, when I pulled this card, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the path of least resistance. This individual has chosen to step into ease and grace, and what they've asked for is you. They've asked for you. But to me, it kind of looks like they don't know how to approach you just yet. It's like they're waiting for the impression. Devotion. It's like a devotion to themselves, but they want to make sure that they're not losing that devotion to themselves. Like that has to harmonize, create sort of an independent sovereign effect. And so they're very intentional about you, very, very intentional about you. It's not a game for them when it comes to you. They are serious, and their intuition, their instinct, their creator, the source that's coming in is putting them on a path of least resistance. And it's like when somebody can see so clearly and they're aware of the growing sense of comfort developing within themselves through this connection, that can activate insecurities. And I would say the crystal carnelian, I would get yourself a crystal. It's a firestone, and it is there to help you release. It absorbs your insecurities and transmutes them and redirects them for you. And again, you don't need anything outside of yourself. You can just think about a carnelian crystal, and it will come in and serve its purpose. But the card I pulled was the fundamental design component of progress, right? And then we've got progressions, the journey, the law that growth cannot exist without friction, the energy for producing life itself, peacemaker, arbitration, triumph, alliance, retreat, feeling, emoting, and sensitivity, right? So there's like, it's like when something comes in when you least expect it, it's like, hold on, you gotta like kind of like ground yourself, because they're like, oh my God, where did you come from? Like, where did you come from? How did you get here? Right? They're just like, the ground is rumbling beneath them. Everything is stirring up chaos in their brain, but not unhealthy chaos. It's very healthy. But when something like this comes in, the challenge is this is not a small obstacle or opportunity. This is part of a complex pattern. Every choice you make changes how it unfolds. Trust the tides and set your own sails, right? There's so much sovereignty in this reading. So how do they feel about you? They're focused on you. They are expanding their mind. Growth is accelerated in this connection. You aren't somebody that just receives or just accepts. You're somebody that receives high potential, and you require it. You may be somebody with extreme self-value, which means they also have to step into their own self-value, otherwise it would never work. So progressions do not speak of a passing thing. You're not a passing thing. But the big sweeping arcs of karmic fate to your soul's journey. Your present situation may not make sense in the short term because it has more to do with big karmic patterns and how those intersect with the karmic patterns of the world's progress, and less to do with your daily existence, right? This is a power team. This is a power couple. This is a partnership, right? And whether this is an intimate individual that you're thinking about, you want to know how they feel about you. Maybe it's a business partner that you just, gave a business plan to. This is good stuff. This is exactly where you want to be. And this individual that you are, they're like the portal between heaven and earth. They have all the tools. They have everything that you could ever want. They're tapped in, they're turned on. I'm gonna pull some cards from the Rider-Waite deck. How do they feel about you? Like, they see you as a seer, somebody that knows how to navigate the world in a way they've never seen. You give them peace and comfort, which is now developing inside of them, which they didn't have before. And again, we'll look at that God Speaks card here too. I want to see what that says. 3 of Wands. Seven of Pentacles, all the growth. And the Devil in reversed, my favorite card. So we've got the 3 of Wands. Okay, it did come out in reversed, and so this is like really sovereign and really here she would, this individual would just be looking out at the ships and the sail. But like even here it says, trust the tides and set your own sails. So in reversed, that's what you've That's what you've done. That's what this individual has done. And you're seeing exponential, accelerated growth within yourself. And because this came out of left field, now you're seeing, how does this harmonize with me in my life? And then the devil, the reason why I love the devil card, especially in the future position and in reversed position, because there's no trapment here. This is a liberated connection. This is free. This is a freeing connection. This is a polarity balancing itself. Conflict is understood for growth. You understand that that is growth. They understand that that is growth. There's a mirroring happening here. A beautiful mirroring. Okay, so let's look at God Speaks. And it's number 33, by the way. Number 33. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there's guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you are still relaxed, dancing in the yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that beyond and behind any struggle or challenge, there's only ever the divine seeking out. What you seek is seeking you. It's like, what I'm feeling here, like, the question is how are they feeling about you? This is very significant to an energy coming toward you that you may not see. And if that is the case, I'm here to deliver some foresight. Be open, release your expectations. This may not look like what you think it's supposed to look like. This may not come in the form that your brain's image has given you. There might be something else here, because I'm really looking at energy here. This is an energetic connection. This isn't a connection. This is a spiritual connection. This is a nurturing connection. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else. That's what this is the sound of love beyond anything else. For in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You are being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you are being nudged, know you are being nudged by the divine. If you feel you are being held back, know that you are being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you are captivated by the beauty of nature, or an illogical sense that everything is okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law, in perfect cooperation with your destiny. And then there's a little poem here. When the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy, like the flower's sweet perfume. Alive in the moment, there was nothing else, only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory, to be with the violin when it sings. So really, if you really want to know how this person is feeling about you, like there's just seamlessness. In fact, there's no questioning here in this connection. This is just divine, infinite love. Divine, infinite love. There's no, there's no questioning, there's no avoidance, but there is intention. There is intention. This individual doesn't want to just approach you with nothing. They don't want to come empty-handed. They don't want to come empty-handed. I want to check your vitals. Let's look at your energy in this connection, your conscious energy. I can see that you can see growth. I know that you are finally setting your cells, but we want to know what is your feeling here. Okay, so we've got flow state, sweetness, rest, sweetness, flow, and rest. Right? Flow, sweetness, and rest. Flow, sweetness, and rest. We're going to dive just a little bit deeper into that. That's what I mean, like just energy. Like this is just purity, innocence, vulnerability, openness. Ugh. I know I go, blah. I'm like, this is just like deep, deep love, deep, deep connection. God is present, the Creator is present in this connection. This is a power couple. These are people that are coming together to work as one whole individual. Like, oof, oof. Faith, service, release, right? We've got flow, which is faith. We've got sweetness, which is service. Who doesn't like to be nurtured and attentive to? Release, rest. Synchronicity. Synchronize, synchronize, synchronize. God speaks, synchronized. Focus on the positive. So that means you are focusing on the positive. There's also some Sagittarian energy here, which is the portal between heaven and earth. You are bridging the gap. It's like bridging the gap between the left and the right hemisphere, between the masculine and feminine energy. You are in expansion. Jupiter is here. Progressions of the journey are here. So everything's coming out of left field. Spirit is asking you to be on the path of least resistance. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. I want to pull just a couple of career cards. And then we're also going to pull, so carnelian was one of the cards, or one of the crystals. I always like to give a crystal because crystals are unique in the way that they absorb and filter and then transmute and re-deliver the energy in positive polar. Crystals are vibrating at a frequency, and when you hold that crystal, put it in your pocket, put it near you, really amazing things start to happen, like a mudra, like the flow mudra, right? If you create a flow mudra and you sit with it, it softens the energy. Okay, so renewal, long term, cutting ties. Again, synchronized, renewal, faith and flow, long-term, service, sweetness, cutting the ties, release, rest. 2 wedding rings. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money, right? So these are career cards. This is a relationship in either intimacy or partnership. So either way, this is a long-term relationship. This isn't coming in for temporary access. It's coming in, it's renewing both of you. It's clearing out and cutting the ties of the lower frequencies. You are very discerned. You both are carrying psychic energy. You guys are thinking about each other. What you think is what they're thinking. Don't question yourself. Listen to your instincts. Your psychic energy may be getting stronger even. You may be experiencing really divine downloads. And if you're here to confirm and validate that, I confirm you, I validate you. When I pulled the God Speaks card, I was just like, okay, no questioning. There's no question to this connection and how they feel about you. They feel progress. They feel expansion. They feel like you're the path of least resistance. You're the one. You are the one. You are the one. So I would say open your heart bigger than you ever have before, even if it's uncomfortable. Step fully into the position without thinking of the pain it may cause you. Without pain, there's no growth. So be willing to commit to experiencing opposition or conflict. Again, I'll show you the conflict card, right? So the fundamental design component of progress, the law that growth cannot exist without friction. So the energy for producing life itself, right? So feeling, emotions, sensitivity, be open to all of that, because this is a deep love that's coming in for you. And again, it doesn't matter what angle you want to look at it, whether it's through partnership or an intimate connection. This is beautiful energy. Bask in the knowing. Bask in the knowing. Bask in the knowing. This is an absolute honor to do this reading. I love doing love readings. It makes my heart so happy. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bobby, psychic medium, Reiki practitioner, and twin flame facilitator. And it's my absolute honor to be here. And I will see you in the next